The following program contains adult language, poor taste in jokes, racial slurs, political slurs, slants, and all sorts of things that, if you are sensitive and have a delicate constitution, you should probably go watch Teletubbies. You were warned.
Hey kids, welcome back to Roto Talk.
Kids, welcome back. So today we're going to do something a little different because you can only watch some idiot put epoxy on a boat for so long. I'm going to show you how to do hardware polishing, if that's your pleasure. I have a friend, V1, over in, La La Land, who, a very meticulous guy. Shout out to you. He's in our club, our little chat group that we have. And he's very meticulous, and he picked up this boat, and he wanted to, it was a nitro boat, and he wanted to restore it, if you will, okay? And so this guy, man, he is like the most nitpicky son of a bitch, in a good way. I mean that in a good way. This is a nitro boat, so nitro is dirty. It's always covered with crap. It looks kind of like my drill press right now. Very scary looking. And he showed us when he was done. He hand polishes like everything. I've been known to do that too, like when I used to work on motorcycles. And when I used to build motorcycles, I used to build basket case Triumphs and Harleys and Indians and rice burners and everything else. So I'm going to show you some polishing techniques. So we're going to take a prop. Okay, this is a prop, where'd it go, that I polished, and it, half-ass polished. Looks okay. And then this is just an old aluminum scratched up turn fin off of a nitro or an FE, I don't know. I have two polishing wheels. One's more for rough and tough, and one's more for, the gentle lever, if you will. We're using the gentle lever on this one. So if you have something that's really gnarly, you might want to use these. I'll put a link in the description of all the stuff I'm using. This is a polish that I think is the best thing since sliced bread. This stuff has been around since, oh my gosh, the 20s? I mean, it's old. It's called wadding polish, or wadding compound. And basically it's cotton wads that are soaked in a special polish that works on about every metal I've ever tried it on. I used to do pipes with this on motorcycles and chrome and all that stuff. Best shit in the world. I store it upside down. That way the top's always reasonably fresh. These are polishing sticks, okay? Well, think of it as clay, and it has a certain grit, okay? So green is the finest in this case. This color, whatever, is, I can tell the difference. I'm a little colorblind, so this one is the most coarse, and white is the middle, okay? So for something like this, I would probably start with white. It's scarred, but it's not hateful bad, okay? So whenever you're using a polishing wheel, in this case, my direction of rotation is counterclockwise. If you have any kind of bladed, don't do it like this, okay? Do it like this, or like this. Sharp edge down, otherwise you'll shred this thing really, really bad. So what we're going to do, how I apply these chalks, if you will, we're going to start out with white in this case, because that's pretty nasty. What I do is I turn my grinder on, my bench grinder, on the lowest setting it goes. It goes much, much, much faster. And I just turn it off and do it like that, okay? Now, if you leave it on and do it, yeah, you can do that too. The whole trick to getting this stuff on is to basically melt it onto the wheel. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to show a quick method. We're just going to do like a little piece right here. Getting hot. All right, look at that. Like a mirror. Pretty amazing, isn't it? All right, so now what we're going to do, we're going to shoot it with some green. Good enough, okay? I am going to put on a glove for this because it does get a little bit toasty. All right. Actually, we'll use two, my old ass welding gloves here. Okay. So now we've got the fine polish on. Now my buddy V1, he hand polishes everything. When I say everything, I'm talking about stingers, rudders, all that crap. Careful. Do it like this. It's fine too. Not bad. Now what this compound's doing is not really polishing it. It's actually getting the scratches out of it. Aluminum gets pretty hot, so I'm not going to do the whole thing, so I'm not using this. Just an example, okay? Now, doesn't look that great, right? It's alright. Whew, nice. Oh, it's so smooth, though. You guys should feel this thing. It's like, now there's the back. That's basically what it started with, and that's what we got. Now, take some wadding compound, polishing wad, whatever you want to call it. And all you're going to do is just, it's going to kind of glaze. Been using this since I was like 10. Not the same can, but, you know, it's good stuff. Seriously, I think it's one of the best polishing things you can get, okay? So let it fog, okay? And then now what you can do is you can take a terry cloth like this. I get these at Harbor Freight in a bag for like $3. It comes like 7 of them. Or you can actually bring it right back to the wheel and polish it. Look at that. That's aluminum. Looks like stainless. Now you see there's still scratches in it. You can get scratches out. We could really power buff it with all of these and get those, but you know, it's a turn fin, for fuck's sake. You don't need to worry about that. But there's an idea of what this thing can look like. Let's take a piece of the back. Let's just do right there. You don't need to like coat your wheel constantly either. And I'm doing it backwards, as I told you. You should be doing it this way. Blade down. Now, if you're worried about scratches, getting those out, you can kick up your RPM. You can go with a more coarse. It also depends on how deep the scratches are, too. Yeah, see that? I don't know if you can see that or not in the camera. Probably not. But if you want to remove scratches, you have to start really coarse. Whew, it's getting hot. Yikes. Okay. I hope you guys can see this. I don't know if you can or not. Yeah. No scratches now. Well, I mean, you can still see a little bit. You could keep going if you wanted to. I mean, if you're building a shelf queen or a really sweet looking duck, that's what I call boats, then yeah, you'd want to really work on that. This is a used. Now, one thing I do after I sharpen my turn fins, like this is turn fin off a hydro or a rigger, I can't remember what it was. Yeah, like here's some electric riggers. Those, okay. When I sharpen these, I then polish them, makes them even faster, and that micro rolled edge takes it right off. Okay, now I just put it back on. Now we're going to take a prop. Be very careful doing this with a prop, okay? This one's, I don't think, even been sharpened. Sure seldom feel like it. If it does, it's an embarrassment, okay? And I'm going to sharpen just this back edge. Or not sharpen, polish this back edge. So there's the front, there's the back, all right? I'm not even going to put any goo on here. This way. Blade side, edge down. Now, hopefully y'all can see that. Looks like a mirror. And again, back to our wadding compound. Now, why would you polish a prop? Exact same reason I told you about the turn fin. When you sharpen anything, you always have a burr edge. Always. I don't care. I have, where are my sanding stones? Let's look in the magic cupboard. You guys remember that little book, Indian in the Cupboard? Alright. What do we got? 1,400. That is paint, by the way. No comments, please. And that's 3,000, 8,000. Okay. So even if you're sharpening with that, you will get a micro edge, a micro burr. Now, that's all my cousin's shit I'm fixing for him. My farmer cousin? Sure. So polishing will make the slicker your prop is, the better it will travel through water. So now I put this wadding compound on there. It's nice and fogged up. We're going to go ahead and hit it again. Look at that. It's like a piece of gold. Now, just for fun, I don't know if this is going to show up in the camera or not. Doubt it. Ooh, Jack Nasty. Okay. You guys see that? That's the polished side. Now scratches. Look at that. That's the unpolished side. I don't know if this is coming through. Whatever. Okay. Now, so why am I showing you this? Again, if you sharpen this prop, go ahead and do this. You sharpen these props like I do, which I don't even know if I've done a sharpening video yet, but I like getting them as smooth and slick as possible. No friction in that water. Okay. Friction. The faster you can move through a substance, better off you're going to be. Okay. Get my nasty ass hands all over my nice polished prop. Okay, now, I know, long stupid video, but you know, we'll get back to the build. I might even do a build video tonight too. Okay. Now, wadding compound, polishing, whatever you want to call it, works really well on the wheel, too. So, like, you don't even have to use a microfiber or a terry cloth. Ooh, Roto Twister. Or anything like that. You can just literally polish it with your fingers, which might be even a better plant, to be honest. I apologize in advance, because I'm not used to using a hat cam in close quarters, because the polishing compound, whether you're using like Mother's or whatever you're using, you automotive guys all know what Mother's is, or whatever you're using, it's all got a specified grit. If it didn't, it wouldn't work. Now, safety says, even with a dull blade like this, you should use gloves. But, and I do sometimes when I'm sharpening, but something like this, you don't have to worry about it as much. Again, down with the blade. Blade edge, down. Blade edge, down. And you know, there's something really satisfying about this. I don't know. It's like, am I going over the top? Yep. Is this going to make my boat seriously run faster? Nope, probably not. It makes your hardware look really nice, though, like your tuned pipes and your rudders, which you can see I never do. All my shit's cloudy as hell and ugly. Now we're going to polish this up. And we're going to go back over to our magnifier. Again, hopefully you can see it. And this goes for anything. You know, if you want to polish, you know, your old lady's rings or whatever, fine. It's kind of a cool skill to have. When I was a kid, and I probably told you guys this story before, when I was in high school, I was an apprentice butcher for 2 years at a mom and pop butcher shop, real high-end place. And I learned how to cut meat and do all that and sharpen knives from 400 to 4,000, I think. All the butcher knives. I'd be there at like 9 o'clock at night just stoning these things. It's kind of a neat skill to have. You know, it's like nothing you'd normally get. All right, let's take a look at this guy. Look at that. Now, you can still see the scratches, but I didn't really polish this with any heavy grit. See those scratches right there? That's okay. I mean, it's not going to hurt anything. But you can see your fingerprint. But look how shiny. Look at that. That's a beast. That's pretty prop. Okay? And then again, like something like this, start off with your... If it's really ugly, like this turn fin, we're going to do this top edge. Again, doing it the wrong way. Okay. Or I'm going to go straight to green. Probably shouldn't, but that's alright. This is for demonstration. I don't necessarily care about this. You guys know me in electrics. I'm like, whatever. Matter of fact, talk to Uncle Joe, because this is an ML Boatworks 380 6S. And this is a Zip Kits, and I want to rebuild them both because I do like having a couple electrics on hand. And Uncle Joe told me at Zip Kits, like, oh, just wait till the new one comes out. It'll be out pretty soon. It's like, all right, so I'm waiting, which I don't care. I'm in no rush because you can see I got a broken transom there. I've got a split in one of these. This thing got totally screwed because I dropped it. That's like, whoops. Whoop-de-doo. Shit happens. Alright. I like building boats. So I don't get too upset unless it's like one of my favorites. And those, I don't have a favorite electric at the moment. Electrics have no soul. Alright. It could stand a little bit more, but you get the gist. Not bad. Okay. And obviously you do the whole thing and make it all shiny and smooth and pretty. So that is how you polish stuff. You know, you guys, if you got better methods or ways that, you know, I don't know, there's plenty of ways. You can still hand polish this. Take the wadding compound and just polish it up. Fine scratches, things like that. Man, the difference in feel. I know it's gay. It sounds stupid, but it's like, oh, that's awesome. Good way to lose a finger. Because I was being a dumbass and I had the blade up. Alright. Good enough. For demonstration purposes, anyway. Now, the neat thing is, if you know anything about metal, that's aluminum, and it looks like stainless now. Gorgeous. Alright. And then all you'll have to do, after you do this, that'll act like a wax. And so when you take it out of the water, if you just want to wipe it down, it'll look like this for a very long time. Anyway, keep dry side up, kids. Hope this was kind of cool. Something different. Something fun. Even though I never do it. Keep dry side up.